Hi, and welcome to the next episode of the Amateur Wino. Today I'm going to do a very special episode, the Trader Joe's episode, which I'm doing kind of as a recession-friendly kind of episode. Sooner or later, when times are tough, we all end up stalking the hallways of Trader Joe's and probably picking up this brand. You can't do a Trader Joe's episode without doing a little of the Charles Shaw line of wines, very popularly known as $2 Chuck, except that it's $3 here in New York. So we have to pay 50% more to get our Chuck on. But anyway, today I'm going to start with the Chardonnay, and let's just go ahead and get into the wine. Now, while I'm pouring this, let's talk about what is Charles Shaw. When I first heard of it a few years ago, there was the rumor that some winery was being split up by a divorce, and that the wife had gotten the winery in the settlement and was selling off the wine really cheap to spite her ex-husband or something like that. And as far as I know, that's not true, that it's an apocryphal story. But what I understand is that Fred Franzia, who owns, I think it's called the Bronco Wine Company, buys a lot of California grapes in bulk and makes several brands, one of which is the Charles Shaw brand, which now has the Trader Joe's name all over it. But anyway, so I've got the Chardonnay. It's the 2007 Chardonnay, and let's give it a whirl. Okay, so just on the nose, it actually smells fairly restrained for a California cab. It doesn't smell like a buttery oak bomb. Based on what I can tell, I'm getting a little more kind of less ripe fruit on the nose, a little kind of a greener pear kind of smell. But there's definitely some kind of richness in there of some sort. So looking at the color, it's also, I guess, kind of maybe middle of the road for a California Chardonnay. I'm just going to pour myself a little bit more here, just to get a better sense of the color. I guess it's kind of average for a California Chard. And let's taste it. This is actually not bad. It doesn't have a lot of character to it. Not hugely enjoyable, I'd have to say. And I do have little bits of something floating in my glass here, and I don't know whether that came from the bottle. I didn't notice the cork crumbling or anything, so maybe I just didn't do a great job of washing my glass, but there may be some particulate matter that's coming out of this bottle. But anyway, let's give it another quick taste. Yeah, it's actually pretty restrained. It almost tastes like a cool climate Chardonnay for California. A little bit more on the tart side than on the sweet side, which you might expect from a California Chardonnay. So this is not bad. I don't know if I would really be driven to drink it a lot on its own if I were having this at a party. But I think it's got a good amount of acidity to make it a good food wine, actually. So so far, off to a pretty decent start with the 07 Charles Shaw Chardonnay. It's not terrible, actually. It's kind of okay. So that's let's move on to the next wine now.